If you set up your category successfully and you set up your attribute successfully, now it's time to set up the template for the marketplace. So you go to Marketing, Marketplaces, and you're going to end up on this screen. So you have the activity report, you have which products, filters, and the templates. So we're going to start one from scratch. I'm going to say that I want to do eBay, and I'm going to describe what each field does within eBay. So first, you could select products without inventory, and you're going to specify the default inventory in case you have custom products that you just make and you have unlimited amounts of them. Or you can say, I only want to sell what's in inventory, which means that you can say, I want to sell everything, but only if it has inventory will it be submitted. If you need to shortcut something, you can copy products from another feed. I'm going to say none. How often do you want to update the feed? So manually means you have to press submit every time. Otherwise, it could be every day, twice a day, once a week, twice a week, once a month. We may be adding more frequencies in here, but this is how often the feed gets submitted. You can also do a force update in case you need to submit it every 3 days or so on. Cost level, in case you want to have different pricing for eBay or for Amazon, you could say that I want the web price to be driven from a certain discount level, and you can refer to the tutorials on how to set up discounts to see how to do that. Next is unique option ads or vehicle ads. So in case you have products with options where you have more than one choice, you could say unique option ads, which means every choice will become its own ad, or you could uncheck this, which means that every product will have a drop-down inside eBay and Amazon with multiple choices in the drop-down. Both eBay and Amazon support it only for certain categories. They don't support it for all of them, which is why this option is here. If your category supports it and that's what you want, then you can use it. Otherwise, you have to turn on unique ads, and it has to generate unique ads. Google Shopping and some of these other marketplaces don't support drop-downs, so it has to be a unique ad. You have no other choice. For automotive clients, unique vehicle ads, same idea as options. So either you have one product with all the possible vehicles that can fit, or you can say unique vehicle ads, which means every vehicle will have its own listing inside the marketplace. So moving along, we have a sandbox. It's actually predefined for everybody that signs up for Shopping Cart Elite. So by going into your marketplace and trying to create a new eBay ad, the sandbox is already predefined. Now, in case it doesn't work for whatever reason, you can say get token. We're disclosing the username and password, so you don't have to go register. Just say get token, and it's going to set it up for you so you can start using the sandbox. The sandbox is exactly the same as production, except you can play with it and you don't have to worry about paying listing fees or anything like that. But as far as how it works and the submission process is the same thing as the production version, which can work just by unchecking sandbox, and then it's going to work. Otherwise, the sandbox is already predefined for you. We also made your shortcut that when you do submit the items, you can say see items for sale, and it's going to basically be a shortcut to eBay's sandbox auction place, so you could see what your items look like. And obviously, because all of our customers are going to be using the sandbox, try not to mistake your item for somebody else's item, and I'll show you details on how to do that. Test connection will just make sure that the connection was made, and you can disconnect your eBay token in case you want to disconnect it from your store. Before jumping into the rest of the details, I just want to go through the universal ones. The default template, so every time we're going to introduce a new product type, is going to come with a default template of how the auction is going to actually be made. So these are, we call them tokens. What that means is it's like a placeholder for something that's in your database. So for example, brand means that your real brand for that specific product will be pre-filled. So the default title for universal products would be brand, anchor text, part number, and the description. This mainly applies for Amazon. For eBay doesn't apply because eBay Drive is a custom template. But it would basically populate this information with its tokens. So options has a different template, vehicles, wheels, tires, and as we introduce new types of products, it's going to have its own template to use. So back to eBay settings, you have listing details. So the usual, I'm not going to go into the details because if you're selling on eBay, then you should know what these are. If you're not selling on eBay, you can learn more about it from ebay.com to see what these are. But basically, you have all the settings that you would normally find on the eBay website, payment details. You could plug in your PayPal API username, password, and signature. If you have one set up in your store, you can just say copy PayPal settings. This is required in order for you to be able to accept orders back into the system. Otherwise, we won't be able to verify that the order has been paid for, so we can bring the order in, but it's going to be marked as abandoned until we verify the payment. Seller details, again, this is your personal information, and other details, stuff that eBay wants. It's optional for block buyers. Sale tax, return policy, shipping. You can say free shipping, which will completely override the shipping. Otherwise, the shipping details is driven from your actual product, the way you entered it into our system. So if you have live rates with UPS, that will be passed along to eBay. If it has flat rate, it'll be passed along to eBay. So whatever your details are, it'll be passed along unless you press free shipping here, which will override all the details and just make the products free. Then you have contact us. This is just a text area that you can fill out. So bullets, contact us, about us. This is on a template level. You also have additional information and feedback. Now feedback is the only thing that doesn't go into the template. Feedback is actually what is going to auto-submit back to eBay when somebody makes a purchase and you ship the product. So you don't have to go and leave the feedback manually. It'll automatically go and leave the feedback for you. So this is the feedback that you would leave for every customer. So this is the template setup. It's pretty simple. I'm going to cancel it out because I already created two, and I'll just show you how to use it once you create a template. One thing before we move on, you can create as many templates as you want. If you want to submit certain products on one eBay account and other products on another eBay account, you can do that. You can have unlimited eBay accounts plugged in here. You can do different templates because one you want to offer free shipping, the other one you don't want to offer free shipping. It's customizable. You can create as many templates as you want for as many auction places as you want. If you want to have the same eBay account on multiple different templates, it doesn't really matter. You can have as many accounts as you want in here. Once the template is created and you're satisfied with it, you're going to click on that particular template. And now it's time to add products. So you can watch the next tutorial on how to add the products. Now, as far as creating templates for other marketplaces such as Amazon and Sears and Newegg and so on, those are a lot more simple than eBay because they don't require as many details. So for example, if you go to Amazon, you do have the template, which we went over earlier on how this is populated. But for Amazon, all you need is your seller ID. Same idea, how often do you want to update the feed? Forced update every X amount of days, and the cost level. Now, one thing to keep in mind, the feed, even if you say update every day, if you say inventory, by default, the inventory will auto-update every few minutes. So you don't have to worry about the inventory getting updated once a day. It's actually going to update whenever your store changes the inventory, and it's going to pick it up every few minutes. This is mainly concerning the actual product feed. So in other words, if you're not planning to add any products, then you don't really need to submit it every day. You can submit it once a week because you're always going to have the same products listed. So that's as far as Amazon, and it applies to all the other marketplaces. eBay is the only one that's complicated. So watch the next video on how to add the products if you want to specifically add certain ones.